Hello everyone and welcome back again to my channel. In just a few weeks we will be traveling with a baby girl Magnolia to Europe. If you don't know, we live in the United States and we'll fly to Europe. We'll have 2 connection flights actually to Spain. And if you are a parent and you have trouble or have thought about traveling with your baby or kid, you probably know that traveling with babies is something that you have to give a lot of thought and prepare well for. And because I love to organize and plan things, I decided to share with you guys what I've been planning, things that I plan to make our trip to Europe smoother and easier with baby in a pandemic. These are things that I prepare for a trip and also for our arrival to Spain. So I divided the sections that you have to think about if you're traveling with a baby, and I guess with a kid too, are food, transportation, toys, and cleanliness. Let's start with how I prepare my baby's food. So I just grabbed a few things here that I wanna talk to you about. But first, let me tell you that obviously this is going to be different if you have a baby that is younger than 6 months old or older, because they are doing solid food. It's gonna be different if it's a baby or it's a toddler or it's a kid. And also it's going to be different if you are breastfeeding or formula feeding. Right now we're currently formula feeding Magnolia, and that's one of the things I wanted to talk to you about. If you're going to do a trip for a short time outside of the country, you can bring the formula your baby drinks with you. Along with you, the amount of formula that your baby is going to need for that week or so. But because we're going for about 5 or 6 weeks, what I decided to do is search if in Spain, where my mom lives, there was the same formula. And they didn't have the exact same formula that she usually eats, but they had the same brand and a very, very similar formulation. So I actually read the ingredients, and what we use here is Enfamil NeuroPro Gentlease. And what I found over there is the equivalent to the Enfamil Gentlease, not the NeuroPro. But basically what I've been doing for about a few days, and in order to prepare for the trip, is feeding her both her regular NeuroPro Gentlease and the regular Enfamil Gentlease that we will find in Spain. So she will be used to both formulas once we get there. We're gonna take plenty of this, the NeuroPro that we usually use here, and also keep giving her 1 bottle of the one that's available in Spain and 1 bottle of the one is available here. And that way she will still drink her regular formula, but also have the other one in case we run out of her usual formula. I thought that was a good tip that I should tell you, because if you're breastfeeding your baby, that's not a problem. But if you're formula feeding, you probably will be concerned if you're traveling for more than like a few days. What is your baby going to be eating in the other destination? I want to say that once we have done the trip and arrived to our destination, I'm gonna update you guys about what has worked and what should I have thought about and things like that. But for now, I just wanted to share with you how I've been planning this in case you also want to start planning for a trip. But for our bottles, what we're going to do, and yet I have no clue if this is going to work well, so I'll share with you later, is that we're gonna take the amount of bottles that we're going to need for a full day, so like 8 bottles for example, and we're gonna fill 5 or 6 of them with water. As far as I can tell, baby food is allowed on a plane, it's allowed to go through security, so it doesn't matter that it's a lot of water. They don't know how much your baby eats. So what I'm gonna do is have 2 empty bottles and just put the formula on those empty bottles and the water on top of it. And so you can fill up the bottle even though your baby's not gonna drink that amount of formula at once, because you can like interchange the water between bottles, and that way you have extra water if your baby needs it. Also, I don't know if you formula feed your babies, you are going to have some kind of dispenser like this. We have this one from Philips 7, which are the bottles that we currently use with Magnolia, and it came with a set that we got from a registry on Amazon. But this works pretty well. So what I usually do on the trips, it's what we did on the road trip, and if you haven't watched our road trip tips video. I'm gonna leave it here on screen for you guys. It worked pretty well. What I do is I take the formula with me, and I just, once this is empty, I keep refilling this because it's easier this way. So I put the amount that we usually use, like 5 or 6 ounces, the equivalent of ounces of formula, and just put it in here and just refill these instead of using the big package every time I want to make a bottle for her. Something else that I wanted to show you are these disposable bibs that I found on Amazon. I think this is a great idea if your baby is used to doing baby-led weaning and used to eating on his or her own. You know that they are going to take the initiative to grab food and things like that. So I'm gonna show you the snacks and things I'm gonna bring in a second, but if you do baby-led weaning or purees or just for water or formula, this is a pretty good option if you're thinking about traveling. It doesn't have to be on a plane, it can be car or just a trip where you don't want to bring your bibs. This is a great idea. It comes in a set of 20 and it says to be water resistant, so we'll see how convenient and easy this is, but it looks pretty promising and I think it's a great idea if you're traveling with a baby or a toddler. And now let me show you the snacks. I usually wouldn't want to give my baby many snacks. I try to give her more like fruit, homemade cookies, homemade muffins. If you have not watched our last baby-led weaning recipe, I'm also leaving that on the screen if you guys want to try that. But I decided that for this trip I don't want to complicate myself. I just want to have a few easy snacks that aren't messy, that she can have on a plane. It's not gonna like get all over her clothes and something like that. So what I did was buy a few things that I think she could like, try them at home, and then if she did like it, which she did, everything, I'll be taking those with us for the trip. Once Upon a Farm is something, it's one of these smoothies pouches. It says super smoothie, but it's one of these baby pouches with baby food. And what these have as an advantage, if you don't have a very long trip, is that they're cold pressed, so they actually cold. You have to put it in a fridge. And if you want to take it with you, they recommend on the back, it says that you have to freeze it and then consume, like eat, once it's already defrost. But any baby pouch like this style works great if your baby is used to drinking from these, or if you have tried it and they have managed to do it, like my baby girl, then this is a great idea because it doesn't really get very messy. It just gets maybe on their chin or something like that, very easy to clean. So this is something that I recommend, and the ingredients for this are pretty great. So if you want to try baby food, this is a good one. Also, I tried these organic carrot and strawberry baby teething wafers. They have it on many brands, many styles, many flavors, let's call it. I decided to try these ones. The ingredients also look pretty good, and my baby girl loves this. They are coming in individual packages, 2 wafers per package, and this is super convenient. She loves it, and I've realized that if I want to have her like seated on her stroller without complaining for like 10 minutes, I give her one of these and this does it. So I think this is going to be a great aid or help for a trip when I need her to just be somewhere she doesn't want to be for 10 more minutes. I'll just give her one of these, and this is going to save us from a few meltdowns. So if you're thinking about trying these, 100% recommended. And the other snack that I wanted to show you are these puffs. These are kind of famous, like the idea of the puffs. You also have them on many brands. You can also give them just plain boring Cheerios. These are easier to melt in the mouth than Cheerios, I believe. And what I've been doing is I've been giving a few of these to her, so she starts practicing her grip. And I want to see if she could handle this because it's a little like more of a crunchier texture than she is used to. This is way easier to melt in your mouth than this. So this is a little harder for her, but I still wanted her to practice because I think it's a great tool to entertain them too. So these are the few snacks that I thought I will take with me for the trip. And if one day she only has snacks and not real proper food, that doesn't matter. We usually feed her pretty well. If you haven't seen what I feed her on Instagram, I recommend you follow me. The description box has my Instagram and you can see a few lunch ideas and what I feed my baby with baby liquid. Transportation. I have nothing to show you right now because I was not gonna bring the stroller we bought and I was not gonna bring the backpack and things like that. But let me tell you a little bit how I think we're gonna make it work. I thought that the best thing we could do for our baby girl, which she's going to be 9 months old, she's currently 8 months old, and she is cruising everywhere. She's starting to like show signs of walking because she lets go both hands and she wants to be cruising and touching everything and walking around. She even climbs the stairs. It's crazy. So I think we really needed to have her somewhere where she couldn't move. That's why I decided to get a stroller. I wanted a stroller that she could use not only as a baby but maybe also as an older kid, and also I wanted a stroller that you could take with you to the airplane cabin. So what I decided to buy is this model of the Best Free, I believe it's called the brand. Forgive me if I'm saying it wrong, but I think it's Best Free stroller. This company has a few strollers that are designed for airplanes. So they are super easy to fold, like extremely easy to fold. I haven't used ours, but I opened it and closed it a few times and it's awesome. It's super easy. Magnolia loved it. It's cute. It's pretty nice design. And if you are planning on traveling with a kid that likes to move around and touch the floor, even right now with the pandemic that we don't want our kids on the floor and touching things we haven't cleaned, this is a great option. It's more expensive than an umbrella stroller, but it's also much cheaper than getting like a proper stroller. So I think this is a great compromise and it's going to work awesome for putting her there while we are at the airport. This is so small that you can check it through security, can go through the x-ray. The other thing we're going to take to have Magnolia out of the floor and out of the reach of things that we haven't cleaned is our baby carrier backpack. We have this Infantino model. I'm probably going to try to leave a photo for you guys. She really likes this. It's a great tool when we need her to nap. We put her facing towards us, and I think that's also going to keep her protected from people. We can put like a muslin cloth on top of her and something like that. So I think this is going to also be a great tool for us when we are walking around people or when she has to nap and cannot. Oh, also I forgot, the stroller is something good that the stroller has that I really wanted to have is that you can like recline it completely to more of a horizontal position so the baby can nap on the stroller, which is a plus. And for when we get there, I sent to my mom a car seat. I decided to send her one instead of renting one at the airport because we're going to be there long enough that it's worth for the money. So I got one of these car seats that evolves with the baby. This case is a Spanish brand, but also what I thought I would get, and I think this is a great tip if you guys are traveling with a baby to another country and then traveling by car, is one of these car toys that you can put on the back of the seat. It's going to be weird to explain, but I'm gonna leave like an image of what I'm talking about and you guys are gonna understand it in a second. It's one of these style of car toys. I also recommend that one if you have one of the car seats that you can pull and bring with you inside the house. It's one of the ones that you can also put on a crib, and that toy is great. I talk about that toy on my 0 to 4 months old baby toys, favorite ones, and also on my road trip video. We love that one, but she's not gonna be able to have that hanging from anywhere on my mom's car. So what I did was purchase one of these that it's going to keep her entertained for a while. And talking about toys, let me start with the toys we're bringing for the trip. So there's two things I thought I want to bring for our baby girl, which will be 9 months old, as I said. One of those things are books that don't make noises, like this one. She likes books. They keep her entertained. If we make animal noises, sounds, and things like that, that will definitely keep her entertained. So a book for sure, it's a must. And also we're going to be bringing, well, on one side, toys that don't make any type of noise, so we don't want to bother other people at the airplane or airport. And the other thing that I thought I will take is a bag full of things that she can grab that aren't toys. Maybe like a plastic spoon, or keys, or I don't know, a notepad that I don't mind her breaking or something like that, because she's really into pulling things out of somewhere and playing with things that aren't toys. I don't know if that makes sense, but if you have a kid, you probably know that they are into your lip balm, your credit card, your car keys, your whatever, except their toys, right? So if you know what I'm talking about, you know that it's a good idea to bring a bag full of things that she can like open and touch, and they're gonna be new to her, and that's going to keep her entertained for a little bit. Also, among the toys that are not gonna make any noise, I'm gonna bring this one. This I got on Etsy. I think it's called a hand kite or something like that. Super cute, and she likes to pull from strings, so I think this is a great resource. And also finger puppets, we have this one. And also I've been thinking about getting her one of these cubes that have like a multifunction. Probably I'll try to leave an image too, but I haven't decided on that yet. I still want to wait till last minute and see what are her interests, but those are the ideas that I have for toys to bring for a 9-month-old on a plane trip. And now it's time for cleanliness. Among the things that I decided to take with us that are going to help us keep things as clean as we can, because some things are going to be out of our control, but we still want to be very clean, very cautious as much as we can, as much as it's reasonable. And one of the things that I decided that it was a good idea, and I was pretty lucky to get back in March, I think, before it was hard to get wipes and stuff like that. Well, I bought these wet ones that are for hands. It's an antibacterial, killing germs, something like that. This is going to be good for hands. We also have the other thing we're bringing, which are these Clorox wipes that I'll talk to you about in a second. But obviously I don't want my baby to have her hands clean with that. So these ones are going to be good for cleaning her if she touches the floor or she touches a surface that wasn't previously clean before. The other thing that I thought I will take with us, it's one of these Clorox or Lysol wipes. This one in particular is smaller. I don't know if you can tell by me grabbing it, but there's those packages that are huge, and this one is pretty small. So I've saved this one that is small for our trip, because I think it's very practical to have these, let's say, on the side of a backpack or something like that, and just pull from them to clean our airplane seat, or the tray, or a table, or whatever my baby can get her hands to. I want to keep things as clean as possible, also in the bathroom, or if I have to change her somewhere, I want to be able to clean it. So this is something that I want to take, and I think it's good advice that is not the bigger size. Obviously, if you can, tons of hand sanitizer, but with a baby it's not that easy to just keep her hands clean with sanitizer. That's why those two types of wipes are going to be a great resource for us. 2 pacifier clips. So she has a few pacifier clips, but I decided to get more because she tends to change pacifiers very fast, and I decided to get these 2 because I don't want the pacifiers to fall on the floor. So if I can help it and have plenty of pacifiers on a clip, that's going to be better, because it minimizes the possibilities that they're gonna suddenly fall somewhere that we won't be able to find on the airplane at night and things like that. By the way, I thought we use with Magnolia the man pacifiers, and they have some night they shine at night pacifiers, like night pacifiers. Well, we thought we will take those pacifiers, the night ones, for the airplane, because at some point it's going to be dark inside the airplane. We have a long flight, and long flights always, like after 2 hours, they turn off every light and it feels like it's night. And the pacifiers that shine in the dark are a great idea if you're going to be at an airplane when the light is dark and you won't be able to find one if you lose it. So that's a good idea too. And the pacifier clips, even better. So I'm gonna put the night pacifiers on these pacifier clips, and we hopefully won't let them fall on the floor, and if they do, we'll find them pretty easily. And talking about pacifiers, I decided to try these pacifier wipes. These are Munchkin with Arm and Hammer. These are made with baking soda, so you can clean the pacifiers or anything you like, teeter, spoons, bottles, whatever you want that has fallen on the floor or has touched a surface that wasn't clean. You can use these. They're made with baking soda and therefore aren't toxic for your baby to put back on her mouth. So I'm gonna use these two, and hopefully they will be a good resource. We bought 2 packages, one for a trip there and one for a trip back. And finally, let me give you one quick tip. Talk to the airline, tell them about your baby. If you have bought your tickets and have not mentioned that you have an infant on lap, call the airline. And also, if you're having a long trip, don't forget to call in advance and reserve your bassinet. And also remember that usually families with kids or babies can get to the airplane first and check in first and things like that. So keep that in mind and be close to the gate at the time of entering the plane, because boarding, I guess we'll say boarding the plane, because you can board first. And that was everything for today. If you want to know how this worked for us, I'll be uploading an update in a few weeks once we already have arrived to Spain. I'm super excited about this trip. If you like the video, please give me a thumbs up and also subscribe, or leave in the comments if I have forgotten something that you think I need before our trip to Spain. I will be very appreciated and thankful if you let me know what else I need for this trip. I hope these tips have worked for you, and we'll keep you updated. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and share it. I will be uploading new videos every week. See you soon!